You know, there seems to be no end to tough news on the job front. Friday's unemployment report hit very hard. 85,000 jobs lost in December, and more than 600,000 Americans just gave up and left the workforce. Now, news like that can make it hard to stay motivated in your job search, but GMA Workplace contributor Tory Johnson is here with good news. 3 success stories of people who were out of work for as long as 19 months. Then they changed their strategy, their attitudes, and they did land the job they wanted, and Tory joins us now. And Tory, these really are some good stories in a very difficult time. And one of the other numbers beneath those overall unemployment numbers is long-term unemployed. You've now got 40% of the unemployed being out of work for 2 years or more. Most of them are age 45 and up, and the people you talk to come from that group.
They do. All of these people are over 50, each of them out of work, as you said, for an extended period of time, and each recognized a breakthrough moment. And that's what I want to talk about this morning. What was that breakthrough moment that finally made the success come? So the first woman is Judy Jewel. She's 59 years old. She lost her job after 19 years with the same media company. Shocking, devastating. I mean, anybody could recognize that.
You think you're there for life.
You think you're there for life, absolutely. And suddenly your department's eliminated. And so for her, it was this incredible fear of not having a paycheck, so she'd lose her home because she couldn't pay her mortgage, fear of being single, sick, old, penniless, on the street. And that fear consumed her for 16 months. And she just couldn't snap out of it until a friend, the breakthrough moment for her came when a friend delivered to her in person, of all things, an ad from Harley Davidson. And in this ad, the headline is, "We don't do fear." It says, "We've seen wars, conflicts, depression, recession, resistance, and revolutions, and every time this country has come out stronger than before." And for whatever reason,
that inspired her.
The powerful words in that ad really inspired her. And she said, that's it. That day, she picked up the phone, called the mortgage company, negotiated a lower monthly payment, and started to pound the pavement in her job search. And she really, before, she'd been doing some job searching, but she was doing it from a position of fear, which is always a position of weakness. And so if you recognize this fear in yourself in your job search, it's important that you take control of that fear so that fear doesn't control you. And in a month, she had a job, and now she's working in the defense industry. And it just took 4 weeks once she recognized that fear to be able to move on.
Confront the fear, control the fear. The next man was flooding the zone. He was sending resumes everywhere.
He was. Jeff Ogden lost his job in sales and marketing in May 2008 and thought, of course I'll get a job. I've got a great track record. And so he would spend every day on the internet applying to all of these jobs. And after 19 months of applying, he said there's got to be a better way. And he changed his strategy. Instead of applying, he started engaging online. And by that I mean, instead of just having a LinkedIn profile, he started talking on LinkedIn discussion groups, starting submitting his expertise on blogs. He coined himself the fearless competitor and really got his story out there. And in just a few months, a company actually found him, a software company where he's now the head of marketing, all because he put himself out there.
Finally, what must be the most frustrating words for an older worker to hear? You are overqualified. Sorry.
Yep. Happened to Barb Hickey one too many times. She kept hearing, "You're overqualified. We love you, but you're overqualified." And finally decided to turn that into, "I'm exceptionally qualified. I'm not going to take that because I really, really want this job." And so every week she would send an email to the hiring manager after they met with her and sort of told her, "We like you, but you're overqualified." And every week she'd send these emails with ideas. So not the email that simply says, "Did you make a decision yet? Have you made a decision yet?" But rather her emails contained very specific information. 10 ways she'd be an asset in that particular position. She researched competitors and industry trends to be able to report on exactly what was happening within that field. She wrote a research paper, presented a strategic plan of how she would tackle that job if hired from day one. And because she gave so much of her expertise, she got the job.
So she basically confronted the worst fear of employers when they see someone who's overqualified, that she wouldn't be hungry, she wouldn't be motivated. She showed that she was.
That's right. And that she could do it. They offered her the position.
Okay, Tory Johnson, thanks very much. Great stuff today. You can get more of Tory Johnson's advice on how to get a job at our website, abcnews.com, and you can click on GMA.